being one of the privileged ones to be in the midst of a European region, meaning that thanks to this, it can trade with the whole of Europe and the world. Turkey is simultaneously of minuscule size. Also, upon analyzing this territory, a question came to our minds. Why is 50% of its land empty? Don't miss this video. We'll discover the reasons why some regions of this country were depopulated from one century to another. Join us on this journey to these distant lands, and let's uncover these mysteries. Turkey represents a true enigma for the world, from its epic ancient world with the Ottoman empires, to having a culture and politics entirely unique in the Middle East, and sometimes serving as an unavoidable crossroads between Europe and China. Although Turkey is not a part of the European Union and cannot enjoy its benefits, it is the region that collaborates with them the most. So we are not talking about a common European nation. This country also presents another mystery, such as the fact that half of its territory is empty. What is the reason behind this? It's not just one reason, but several, and perhaps some of them may surprise you. Despite having an estimated population of 85 million inhabitants, it doesn't correlate with its total territorial expanse, which amounts to 783,562 square kilometers. The first reason is due to its geography, a challenge faced by many countries. Turkey features considerable elevation in many of its regions, with some heights surpassing thousands of meters. These extreme elevations can make these areas quite inhospitable, ranging from very low temperatures to some of the hottest spots in the Middle East. These regions, with natural phenomena that can be deadly to humans, render it impossible for Turkish citizens to populate these portions of the world map. However, this is not the sole reason why half of the country remains uninhabited. Turkey recognized the impracticality of habitation in these challenging regions we mentioned earlier, which is why civilizations are concentrated in urban areas and coastal zones where cities like Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, and Adana are located. It's worth noting that there are some villages in these regions, but their low population density doesn't compare to the rest of the country, constituting a unique exception due to cultural and ethnic reasons. You might find it incredible, but these are not the only reasons why Turkey is mostly empty, wasting valuable European territory. The Industrial Revolution of the 19th and 20th centuries led to rural populations migrating to cities since work was concentrated there. Additionally, new means of transportation, such as railways, facilitated the relocation and subsequent resettlement in urban areas. This phenomenon caused regions located kilometers away from cities like Istanbul to be depopulated from one century to another, eventually becoming true ghost towns. As they turned into deserted villages, and due to the lack of return of their former inhabitants, they became places to avoid when considering establishing a civilization. The uninhabited towns that are indeed worth it are those related to industry and agriculture. If you come across a place whose land is fertile and can yield kilometers of fruits and vegetables, or a territory from which millions of barrels of oil can be extracted, or inexhaustible gas deposits, a massive corporation is established in the midst to exploit the land until it depletes its maximum resource capacities. However, those regions of Turkey where the land tends to be infertile and lacks a purely capitalist interest become objects of rejection for politicians, citizens, and investors from Istanbul and other capitals. Don't think this is something unusual, as all countries strictly follow these strategies. Countries like Russia, China, or the United States also have a majority of their territory unused and only prioritize areas with valuable natural resources for the time being. The difference is that there is one half of the land occupied by Turkey and another where no one dares to take a step, only if that adventure generates wealth. In the past, significant efforts were made to expand the influence of Turkish civilization within its territory. This dates back to the founding of the Republic of Turkey in 1923, a pivotal moment in the country's history. The government of the newly formed republic made the decision to relocate cities and towns with the intention of avoiding excessive population concentration in cities and at the same time seeking territorial expansion. However, this approach did not achieve the desired results. Despite efforts to encourage migration to less populated regions, both rural areas and the citizens who moved to those places found themselves missing the conveniences and innovations that only the capital could offer. Essential services such as electricity, running water, and gas became hard to do without, prompting residents to reconsider moving too far away from the more densely populated urban areas. This phenomenon reflects the resistance to decentralization and the natural tendency of populations to gather in developed urban areas. Despite efforts to extend the territory and redistribute the population, the allure of modern conveniences and the centralization of power in major cities have proven to be formidable challenges on the path of expanding Turkish civilization within the country. As for the present, Turkish investors and politicians are not evil for avoiding investment in those fertile and uninhabited territories. However, the real estate crisis in China and the ghost cities left behind after each new construction they undertake make Turkey think twice before fixing something that was never broken. Literally, the real estate market can potentially destroy entire economies, as seen in the 2008 housing bubble in the United States, or the growing crisis that China is experiencing due to its ghost cities. Could this scarcity of civilization in its uninhabited territories potentially cause a problem? Turkey is not a country that is obligated to occupy the rest of its own map. If they didn't do it during the Ottoman Empire, the precursor to the current Republic of Turkey, it serves as a clear example of why there's no reason to do so now. This country possesses the industry and resources necessary for its sustenance, and the ancient ambitions of conquerors seeking to expand their realms now merely aim to grow the regional economy and maintain political order. The only context in which Turkey would consider populating these parts of its territory is if another country or regime threatens them with invasion. We cannot consider China as an invading nation, but it is a country known for establishing military bases in foreign countries. There are also the dreaded revolutionaries and dictators who seek to invade large territories under the pretext that they belong to them for centuries, as seen in the Palestinian rebel invasion against Israel, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, or the possible invasion of Taiwan by China. 21st century invasions stem from the desire to populate vacant lands, and Turkey should protect itself from this in the near future to prevent future tragedies and wars. Another question we can ask is whether the current population in those sparsely populated areas of Turkey really wants to be populated. We are talking about cultures that are entirely different and unique compared to Europe and even Turkey itself. Turkey, being a multicultural nation, is home to around 30 different languages. Perhaps it's not very efficient to compel a population to speak an entirely different language and change their culture simply for a bit more land. Therefore, the Turkish government should think twice before taking such a significant step. As we've had the opportunity to learn in this video, we can assert that Turkey is a most unique country, and one of the most impressive aspects mentioned in this video was its inability to populate 50% of its geography. With the help of new technologies and the utilization of Turkey's economy, it may prompt the government to invest in infrastructure in areas that are not sufficiently affected by their climates, potentially averting some issues. We have the example of a nation that is avoiding this thanks to scientific advances, such as Saudi Arabia, which in order to counter extreme heat in its arid region, deploys a machine capable of generating clouds in sunny territory to create rain and temper climates that humans cannot endure. This could be Turkey's turn to use technology to its advantage and make the most of its land before another country seizes this opportunity and possibly prevents future conflicts. What is your opinion on the matter? Do you think Turkey should invest in infrastructure or continue to improve the quality of life of its current population? Leave your response below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to see more similar videos and activate the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you when we upload a new video. We upload videos every week, don't miss out. You won't regret it.